Hi guys, welcome to the tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to see how to consume a web service using Spring Boot application. So, it has three steps. First, you have to create the Spring Boot application. For creating the Spring Boot application, you have to click on File, New, and you have to select the Spring Starter project. And you have to fill the artifact, version, description, package, everything as per your requirement. Click on next, and here you can select the starter project. Here I am going to create a web application, and that is going to consume a third-party web service. So for creating a web application, you should have the Spring Web, and click on next, and click on finish will create the Spring Boot project. So I have already created the project, so I am not going to create one more project. Once you created the project, you will have this Java file, ConsumeRestAPI application.java, and you will have this pom.xml, this folder structure, and you will have application.properties. So step number one, we have created the Spring Boot application. Step number two is like we should see what is the service you are going to consume, what is the response data structure for the service, and based on that you have to create the Pojo classes. This is the service we are going to consume. This service, if you test this service using Postman, we are getting this response. So we are going to the response data is, so we are going to have this as a response data, and this response data contains page per page, total number of pages, and data. Data is an array. It contains ID and name, year, column. So I have to create the Pojo classes for this response. So I will create two Pojo classes. One is product, the other one is data. In order to save time, I just created all the classes before recording the video. So this is product.java, and this product.java, see here, if I see page per page, it has these properties. So I have all the properties of the product, and internally I have a data object, and this data is the array of this data. So it contains properties like ID, name, and year. And if you click on the data, it has ID, name, year, etc. etc. So first, step number one, we have created the application, and step number two is like we have done with the project Pojo classes, and step number three, we are going to introduce a REST template. So a REST template is a central class of Spring Boot, and it contains a lot of methods to call a web service. So as you know, web service will have operations like get, post, and put, patch, and delete. So it has a lot of methods for support those operations. So in this example, we are going to use the get operation, because the service what we are going to call have defined with the get service, and for this get method we are going to get this response. So we have to select appropriate method for from the REST template. So I'm going to select exchange method. For this exchange method, I should have the endpoint, and I have to mention what is the get method and entity. And in the entity, I have to mention the headers. I mean, in the headers, I'm adding the user agent, and we are mentioning the Pojo class name, and dot get body. This returns the all the information about the product. That means the data from the web service. So for creating the object for the REST template, we are using this one, and we are using auto wired for injecting the dependency. So just only these few lines of code, we are going to call the web service, and we are going to get the response data. And for instead of hard coding the URL, we have a endpoint declaration, and endpoint declaration has been defined in the application.property file. So let me run this project and we will see the output. So our project is localhost, HTTP localhost, and is by default it is running in the port 8080. See, if you see the port 8080, and I have a mapping configuration in the controller class. So if you see, this is my mapping. So to call this application, you have to say HTTP :/localhost 8080 slash the mapping get products. See, I have got all the output. So we have consumed that web service, and we have got the data from that web service. So let me summarize what we have done. We have created a Spring Boot project, and we have created project classes. After that, we have used REST template, and using the REST template, we have used the exchange method to call the service. And after calling the service, we are just returning the data what we found. That's it. Thank you.